Well, people of a certain generation remember where they were when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. And then a later generation remembers what they were doing when word broke that President John F. Kennedy had been assassinated. Adults of my generation remember a sunsplash September morning when the nation was attacked by terrorists. KINT News 3's Brooke McKiveryan has been talking to people about where they were on that disturbing day, and Brooke joins me now live. Brooke.
Yeah, George, a lot of people from my generation actually don't remember that day, but for me, it's one I won't ever forget. My dad was in the Coast Guard, and we were stationed in Hawaii at the time. We lived just right across the lagoon from Pearl Harbor. Well, I remember sitting on the dock with my mom and my brother as we watched my dad and dozens of his shipmates headed out to sea. Now I'm finding out what others remember. Where were you when you saw this on your television? For the Vanden Heuvels, it's a night they'll never forget.
It was surreal. We were on the open ocean portion of an Alaskan cruise for her 40th and our 10-year anniversary.
It felt like a movie.
So I was watching the TV and I saw an airplane hit and I thought, is this like a movie? So I kept watching and then I changed the channel and it was on other channels and I thought, what is this that's on all these channels? You know, there's these planes going into the Trade Center, and then they said that one had crashed in Pennsylvania, and that's when I woke him up and said, I think you need to be awake for this. I don't think this is a movie that I'm watching.
Meanwhile, all the way across the world in Sweden, this surgeon heard the news.
In the operating theater, doing a hip replacement, and one of the nurses just cried through the door. Someone crashed into one of the twin towers, and we were all very upset. And then she came back and said, and the second one too.
All these years later, September 11th remains a dark memory. But part of that memory is surely the spirit of unity that followed the attacks.
It was our Pearl Harbor for our generation.
Right.
It was our Pearl Harbor.
Or Kennedy. That was another, you know, it was our Kennedy. Yeah.
Yeah, but this was one seminal event, a point in time that brought everyone together as one nation under God.
In marking this day, former President Barack Obama said, even the smallest act of service, the simplest act of kindness, is a way to honor those we lost, a way to reclaim that spirit of unity that followed 9/11.
That feeling was very real. Thank you, Brooke.